everybody, this is Ted Drozdowski, Senior Editor of Premier Guitar, and we are here on the floor with LR Baggs at NAMM 2018 in Anaheim, and we're going to be looking at some really interesting pedals today. You know, for an acoustic guitar player, if you've always envied the pedal boards of your electric guitar playing friends, this could be your lucky day. We're here with Justin Weaver, who just played us in, and Mike Newson. And Mike is going to tell us about this line, which is the Align series of pedals?
Correct. It's the Align Series Acoustic Pedal Suite. Typically with NAMM, we launch one product, but we felt it was really important to actually do Align this year. This all started with working with musicians and artists and seeing how they tailored their pedal boards with the different effects that they use. And what we've been known for is making DIs with enhancing tools that are built in, but we've never really broken that out and actually separated it so you can tailor your board to exactly what you would like. So that's what this is all about. So we're really excited about it, and I want to walk through each one of these pedals, give you a bit of a demonstration, but we're not going to get too in-depth. If you would like to find out more, we have a bunch of videos online at lrbaggs.com/align.
Cool. And which pedal are we starting with?
We're going to start with the Session DI, and what's cool is Justin was one of the musicians that helped us actually develop this product, so I'm going to have him talk a little bit about that.
Okay.
Yeah, so being an acoustic guitar in a live environment can sometimes be very sterile with a pickup, and I know in a session, like if you were to record a guitar on a record, a lot of times an engineer on the mixdown would come back and add harmonic content, which might be like a distortion or a different harmonic content through plugins. I started experimenting with that with electric guitar overdrive, sometimes live. And I remember Lloyd and these guys were starting to talk about this, and they said, hey, we know that a lot of guys are mixing down using this kind of technology, using overdrive of some sort to really make a guitar pop in a mix or really give it a great harmonic content. And so they started experimenting with it. I don't know all the juju that's gone into this box, but I do know it makes a huge difference when you're plugging in direct and you get some harmonic content and overtones. So I'll play through some of that. Is it set where you like it? Yeah, start with it off. So here it is off. It essentially adds just this warmth and this character of the guitar that's natural to the guitar that you lose with a pickup. But it brings it back. I don't go anywhere without that thing.
Cool. So essentially that allows you to recreate a studio-like tone in a live setting.
Yeah, in a matter of speaking, yes, it does. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Can we hear that with a little bit of the saturation? Can we make that low end bark a little bit? Thank you. Cool.
Just to add to, in addition to the saturation, this is the comp EQ, which is multi-band compression. It's not compression on the full frequency range, so it's never going to squash your signal. It's just there to tame problematic frequencies in a live environment, and it's a really simple way of EQing with one knob.
Hip. Let's move into the rest of the series.
So this one came from our experience with the Parody. A Parody is one of our iconic products that we had maybe 25 years now, and that's what I was saying earlier. We make DIs that have enhancement tools built into it, but what we noticed, like for example, Valerie June had 4 Parodies on her pedal board for the 4 different instruments. So it's like you don't necessarily need 4 DIs, but she loved the gain stage on the input. She loved the sound of the EQ. So the idea here is, especially for multi-instrumentalists, now you can break that out. You can actually have individual EQs for your individual instruments. You can level match the pickups so that they're not jumping in volume when you switch instruments, and then essentially run out one really pure DI at the end.
Cool. So essentially, if I'm playing a mandolin and a guitar during the same set, I would just be able to change my EQ settings by pushing the button and making a simple twist.
You can either change your EQ settings, or you can have dedicated EQ pedals and just turn them on and off.
And for example, there's a board down here that has 3 dedicated EQ pedals.
Exactly. Because we have 3 instruments at the show that we're...
It's really handy. There's so many multi-instrumentalists. Let's say you play banjo and acoustic guitar and mandolin on a gig. Well, you can have a separate EQ for each one of those, and you can still send one line to the house and switch through those, alternating. That's huge for a lot of people, especially if you're playing in a small club and you don't have a sound guy.
Yep.
You can have multiple different EQs set up for your different instruments with one line.
Cool. Well, let's get a taste of the reverb, which we heard a little bit of earlier.
Yeah. So something to note about the reverb is this was built from the ground up by LR Bags, so it's actually something that we coded in-house. Our goal was to have not something with a ton of shaping, just a really good reverb that complements acoustic instruments, and just to keep it as simple as possible. And with that, we do have a tone control that allows you to go from like kind of muted and warm to really open and really clear. But I'll just let them play it for you. We'll start with the basic setting, and then I'll go kind of extreme.
Do it.
So we're going to open up the tone control, brighten it up. It's going to become more present in the mix. And I'll add in more reverb. Just real extreme. And we're going to increase the depth. Or the decay, I'm sorry. And now I'll roll the tone back just to show you the warm side. And I'll pull the effect back to a more reasonable level. I hope that translates through the recording.
I'm sure it will. The top end shimmer is really nice right here behind me. And we've got one more. We've got an active DI box here.
Yeah, so this was a really good opportunity to actually include a DI that we've been working on for years now. We're known, like I said before, we're known for making DIs that have enhancements tools built in. But what we wanted to really have is this ultra pure, super high quality, clean DI that didn't get in the way. And so now we've had the opportunity to put that into a pedal board friendly DI with some functionality. So if you notice, we've built in a mute switch as well. You have a throughput if you don't want the mute switch engaged on the 1/4 inch out. Ground lift, a pad, so if you have a really hot input, and then a phase reversal. Simple, clean, but super high quality. And we absolutely love this DI for a standalone DI.
And I'm assuming the effects pedals are all analog construction?
Everything's analog except for the reverb, but even with that, the actual EQ that we applied to the reverb is analog. So the only thing digital is the reverb. Everything is all discrete except for the digital part of the reverb. All the effects are in sidechain, so it never degrades your original signal. The thing that's really important with acoustic instruments, which most of you guys know, high fidelity instruments need a really pure signal path. And that's what we do really well. It's really important to make sure you don't degrade the original signal. And that's why when we say these are built for acoustic pedals, everything that we put into this is literally to complement acoustic instruments. You can use them for electric pedals or electric instruments as well, but our focus was for acoustic.
And indeed, the finish on these actually looks like it's designed specifically because it's very organic looking.
It is organic. There's so many amazing looking pedals out there, and we wanted something that was differentiated from all the other pedals that even I love. There's so many electric pedal companies that I love, but we wanted something that was tailored for an acoustic player. And so what's better than wood grain? And cream color controls, kind of like to the cream accents on the binding of an acoustic instrument. I think they're beautiful. I think they're a lot of fun. A little bit different than the rest of our products, but so is the design. So.
Well, before we sign off, can you tell folks how these are priced as well?
Yes, so for these different 3 effects here, they're going to be priced US Street $179. For the DI, it's going to be $159 US Street.
Okay. Well, hey, thank you for being here with us today, guys. We really appreciate it. It's been a great visit. And stay tuned out there to premierguitar.com to hear more and see more from the NAMM Show 2018 in Anaheim. Be chill.